Many years ago, I discovered that there are 31 proverbs. When you read the book of wisdom in the Bible written by Solomon, there's 31 of them, which makes it fairly easy to read one a day. So if you don't do anything else in your spiritual walk or in your search for wisdom, you can read one proverb a day. And if you do that over and over and over, 12 times, you will have read that book in 1 year, right? And 30 years later, I have read it a bunch of times. And, Proverbs is book of wisdom. And you know what? If you actually understand the stuff, you will get wiser. Isn't that interesting, And here's what happens when you get wiser. Your life gets better. Because you quit doing stupid stuff, I have figured out the less stupid stuff I have, the better life I have. That's fairly simple, isn't it? You kind of get back what you put out. You reap what you sow. If you plant corn, corn grows. If you plant stupid, you grow broke and desperate. You're going to get a crop of something in your life. What's your crop going to look like, right? For instance, Proverbs 10 says, "A slack hand causes poverty, but the hand of the diligent makes rich." Translation, lazy will make you poor, and you work, and you'll have money. It's not a hard translation, is it? A slack hand causes poverty, but the hand of the diligent makes rich. Interesting. Diligent. What is diligence? Diligence is excellence over time. Continued excellence. Not one moment of excellence, but continued excellence. In ordinary things, when you do ordinary things with a level of excellence, that's called diligence. And by the way, that makes one rich. Interesting, isn't it? The hand of the diligent. What's the hand? The hand of the diligent makes one rich. So here's one of the things I figured out. I read this study years ago, and now I've observed it in all the millionaires we meet with and talk with. And it showed up again in this millionaire study that Chris Hogan and the team just did for the Everyday Millionaire Project. We interviewed 10,000 millionaires. And one of the things we found there, and one of the things we found in this study before that I read years ago, was people who have wealth and keep wealth and build wealth have a long-term planning window. When they're making a decision about an action, a purchase, something they're going to do, they think to themselves, how's this going to affect me 5 or 10 or 50 years from now? And they make decisions based on that. They buy a car based on that rather than based on, woohoo! Okay? People who are broke live woohoo. Thank God it's Friday. Oh, God, it's Monday. They have a short planning window. It's an emotional immaturity that can be for a 55-year-old or a 15-year-old. I don't care. But if you have a short planning window, you are on track to be broke. If you're broke and you have a long-term planning window, you're starting to think like rich people. And if you think and act like rich people, you get to become rich people. The diligent hand, the hand of the diligent, makes you rich. So we're thinking long term. So an example of that is I have noticed that rich people have wills. And poor people have fights when they die. Over nothing, because they don't have anything, but everybody's still fighting like a bunch of hillbillies. We're just going to have a big redneck fight here. Mama died and we're going to fight over her 3 things that she had on the windowsill, because there's no will. So again, you think long term. And so, like, wealthy people start thinking about stuff like retirement and how I'm going to pay for my kid's college when the kid is born, not when the kid graduates from high school. It's like woohoo, oh God, right? It's like, woohoo, when baby's born, we're going to start planning now. You start thinking long term. That's how this works. And so our team is going to help you with this. Because some of you are listening going, okay, I get that, but where do I start? Well, we're the specialists in showing you where to start at anything. Whatever it is you want to do, we're going to show you where to start. So we built a 5-minute coverage checkup that shows you 10 things you need to do to think long term to make sure you have the coverage in place. Do you have your long-term thinking dialed in? I'll go ahead and tell you one of them's a will, right? You need a will. And do you have your long-term thinking dialed in? 10 things you need to do, coverages you need to have to make sure you're in place. The right insurances, check your credit report, getting a will. You can take this whole little, you can go in here and check. You can do the whole thing and find out exactly where you stand in 5 minutes. You stand in line to get bad coffee longer than 5 minutes. So don't think short term, think long term. Go take the little 5-minute quiz, and you're going to find out where you stand, the 10 things you need to be thinking long term to take the 5-minute coverage checkup. A checkup from the neck up, baby. That's what you need. Now, if you're missing something, I'm going to point you towards the pros that I trust. You can do it or not do it. I don't care. But if you hear one thing, don't put this off. Protecting yourself and your family is diligence. And remember, the hand of the diligent makes rich. So here's what you do. You want to do the 5-minute checkup. You got to do the 5-minute coverage checkup. All you do is text the word checkup, 33789. Checkup to 33789. Or if you're not a text whiz like me, which I hear these text things, I don't even know how to do that crap. Okay? But I do know how to go on the website, right? And you can just go to daveramsey.com/checkup. Now that one I can do. Or just type in checkup in the search bar and you'll find it on our website, okay? You'll find it. It's okay. It works out. So text checkup to 33789. Doesn't cost a thing. This is completely free. We're just trying to get you guys going, man. You just need a place to start. You need the 10 things to do to be thinking long term, because if you think short term, you're just going to be broke. That's what it amounts to. You got to think long term. Think like rich people. Rich people think in 5 and 10 and 20-year blocks of time. Poor people think in 10-minute blocks of time.